Hey, what's up guys? This is Captain Heeljoy, coming at you with an interesting video this time. In stream, I have found a player who is in Gold 3, it's a low plat most of the time, who is struggling with rotation, but his mechanics are really solid. I'll have a chance to showcase this later. I'm calling this Project Beast, based on his name. And I'm going to be helping him, coaching him a little bit, and trying to give some pointers, and try to get him up at least, you know, to my rank around Diamond 2, you know? If not, get him ahead of me to, like, Champ, because I think that's where he belongs if he just had the fundamentals of the game down. I'm going to show off a little coaching session I had with him, and I hope you guys enjoy the video. Alright. Yeah. So... let's see, we should be joining. Yeah, I joined here, and I started looking for you. Alright, cool. We're in business. Let's get a good reset here and figure out what's going on. That was your ball to go for. What's up? I hate this map. Okay. A bad little thing, and then I rotate around. So this is one of the, okay, right there, you notice I kind of stuttered. And the reason is because, oh, whoa, where did that go? Right here, right? Yeah. So, one of the big things is once you touch the ball, you don't want to rotate with the ball. It causes a lot of confusion like this because it looks like you're about to touch the ball from my angle if you want to watch it from here. The ball comes in the... oh, let's slow this down. Comes into the corner, you hit it, and what you should be doing here, the most beneficial thing for you to do is to maintain that course of action and bump the guy in net. Right? Even if you don't demo him, even if you can't go fast, just come over here and bump him. And then what I do, and this is something that you don't do that I want to see you start doing. Start with this pad here and rotate through these pads. See, he's missing these pads. You want to come through and pick all these pads up to middle and be here when we're on offense, right? So that's one of the things. That's what I was expecting you to do, is just keep your momentum going that direction and then bump that guy. But instead you come towards the ball where I'm aiming to go now. And you'll see me, I'll grab this boost and try to get my angle on it, and then you turn right towards me. And then I'm like, oh, he's going to run into me before I can do anything. And then I kind of stutter and stop and then have to back off. So it's just weird stuff like that. And then here, we're both rotating with the ball. I was bad here too, because I thought I was first man, and now I'm like all in what I should be doing, and what you should have been doing from the get-go is coming around this way, going towards back post and picking up what pads I can. And that'll help you out a lot on that one. Just grabbing pads here. You don't need 100 boost all the time. A lot of the saves and stuff that we have to do here in net only take like 24 to 36 boost, right? That's a lot of the stuff we have to do here, especially if you utilize this backboard, which is a little bit more advanced. But if you can swing up here and sit here, you can save a lot of balls from this spot right here. Just jumping down and blocking it that direction, putting it into our corner. So I tried to make a stupid challenge. When I did this, like, oh, well, that was stupid. Yeah. That's fine. You go back for boost. So we have in threes. You're gonna hear me say it a lot, and I probably don't explain it very well, but it's a three-man system, right? So right now, Alex is first man. I'm taking role of second man here. I'm gonna be coming up to midfield to back him up in midfield, so I'm expecting him to get it around this corner and towards the net. Sometimes second man will actually come here to this boost pad and sit here, kind of like angling towards the goal, just in case a 50 spills out this direction. But a lot of times second man should be sitting right here in the middle, like towards like the back end. So you should be looking to be sitting on this pad right here, waiting. And then if the play starts developing towards the net, you can start inching up to here. And as soon as you're ready to attack, you can aerial over here and make a attack. You'll see me do that a couple of times, but you're gonna see my positioning here. Where I come up, and I just want to sit. I'm moving really far forward because the ball's already up, and I make a stuff. And then you're third man, so you should be coming to back this up. What Alex shouldn't have done is turn on this, right? So after this ball is up, he should be rotating out. He made his last touch up on the wall. After that, he should either be going for a bump and rotating wide, or rotating away from the ball this direction. But he turns on this for no reason. It ends up paying off because he gets the goal, but you were already there. So it was a double commit for no reason. If you see somebody turn in front of you, let's see. You're here. And you're going... Oh, slow that down a bit. Can I go 25? Yeah. So I make the stuff. Alex is coming down. You take position of third man. I go up and make the stuff. If Alex... You see right here when Alex is turning in, I would be turning my car back towards mid right here. Because let's say this 50 that's about to happen, Vortex of mine, starts heading towards net. He's not going to be anywhere close to being able to save this. So you have to make up for that by coming here. Even though you have a better play, if he starts turning in, which he should not be doing, I will clarify this, he should not be turning in at all. But if he does, you should compensate for that by coming back. We don't need 3 people at net. And it just so happened to work out that I got a good stuff right at net, and then he turned in and got it. That should have been your ball. You should have been coming up to hit this, and he should be rotating out behind you. It just didn't work out that way. But you're gonna see right here. I mean, you made a good turn. That was not. I mean, it's a little late, but it's not a bad turn. And you started boosting him. That was your ball to hit, and he just hit it for you instead. Which I agree that he shouldn't have done that. Let's move on to the next one. We'll want to back out here and then just take 100%. So this is your ball. In the United States, at least, it's left always goes. I don't know what it's like in UK, and Murray can probably say this better. But if you're in a situation where you guys are both, one's here and one's here, left always goes. And what right normally does is half flip back. I don't know. I'm sure you know half flipping because you're a mechanics. You'll turn back, half flip this direction, grab this, and skirt around this wall. Because the ideal kickoff is actually sending the ball like on the ground to the wall where it rolls up the wall, so this guy can bang it. I've did that a couple of times in our games where I just banged it right into net. That's a big play. But you guys both went, so whenever I grab this boost, I'm probably gonna head straight back to net if it doesn't 50 correctly, which it does 50 correctly. So I go to mid. You're on it. Now here's something I wanted to point out. Unless you can score this, so let's back up a second. Which you might be able to score this. You missed the ball at this point, and me being here, I could score this a lot easier than you can. I have the angle to, when this ball starts falling, I can put it top right. You might be able to score the... Yeah, absolutely. I'm sorry, I'm not reading chat at the same time. I'm kind of just watching the replay. I'm sorry. Yeah. He did. I remember that he did say I got it, and I would have gotten confused too. Usually it is left goes. I don't know what it is. But right here, the this going for this touch didn't make a lot of sense to me at all. The you have backup right here. You just got their boost. I would make better use of this boost rather than trying to jump and make... I mean, this would have been an insane goal. I'll give it to you. If you can make these, I mean, go for them. But in threes, that's not the kind of situation that works out the best all the time. You want to go for higher percentage plays in threes. The higher percentage play is, okay, I missed the ball, but it's being centered. I just grabbed their boost. I can go and hit this guy as hard as I can. What that leaves me after that is a completely clear net with a ball that's centered. Right? That's huge. Granted, if you can hit these, that's awesome. I'll give it to you. If you hit one of these, I'll go nuts when you do it. But the higher percentage play is going and killing this guy. And Alec is up on the wall over there, and I have no idea why. this guy should be either kind of like hanging out in this area to back me up, or be mid, because I'm kind of off to the side. I would be mid in this situation. Even though we're kind of close, I'm definitely about to go for it, and he can back me up from mid a lot better than he can from whatever position that is. So let's see how this plays out. So I jumped for it, you're jumped for it. Not this. And you make an awkward touch and throw it to mid, to no man's land. And so now what we have is me upfield with pass the ball, you upfield pass the ball, and him in a completely weird situation. I don't know why he was up on the wall to begin with, but he has no way to defend this until he gets back to net. Very weird. It was not a good touch at all. I wouldn't have gone for it. Like I said, if you can hit those, great for you, dude. But that was just a very, very awkward touch. Made me overcommit, and this guy was not in a good position as it was. He ends up missing the 50, which is fine. It happens. But luckily for us, that dude didn't bang it into our net, and he just put it to our corner. That wasn't a bad attempt, because you were technically last man back right there, right? So this is that first, second, third man thing I keep talking about. Where the hell's the ball? There we go. He hits it to our corner. You're our last man back, and you're our first man at the ball. So this is your ball to go for. Just whenever you're in this situation, the best thing to do, just try to buy a little bit of time. And the best way to buy time is not necessarily hitting the ball. It would just be standing behind the ball. Like if you just park your car, let me see if I can get a good position on this. So instead of going up the wall here, which isn't necessarily a hard play to hit, but we're still trying to rotate, and we have rotated at this point. So in any case, you have a little bit of time to come and sit at this ball, and then when he 50'd it right there, so if you were in position, just sitting there waiting for the ball to come down instead of going up the wall, if you were just sitting right here, you would have been able to challenge this right here. And he made this would be a bad 50 for him. This would go and hit the wall right here, and then bounce towards their net. That would have been a much high. That I talk about a lot of the times. High percentage plays. Don't necessarily always go for the nutty plays. The nutty plays are great when you're given a bunch of space. So, like this guy here, he has a lot of space. If he happened to have the ball here and everybody else was over there, this is the time to go for those wall to air dribbles, or bounce it up in the air to yourself and do like a flip reset. That's the time to do all that stuff. Here, not the time to do it. It's time to waste a little bit of time so your teammates can get behind you, get the boost they need, and support you. But it ends up, I think this is the one where I own gold. No, this isn't the one where I own gold. I ended up getting a decent clear, and I think I followed it. So right here's another one of these things. Let me go up so I can show you. So you missed your clear, and that's unfortunate and all. And I'm assuming you go and get boost, which is fine. But, oh, you missed the boost. Oh, rip. Instead of turning this direction, because this is the side the ball's on, the much better play to do is actually spin your car this way and head back this direction to back post. You want to be trying to go back post, because this guy's already front post, right? If you guys want to try to back up the play, your first idea is, I need to get back to back post, and I need to get out of the way of the ball. What ends up happening is we're right here, and then I have to try to dodge you to make a follow-up play on the ball. So it's just trying to stay out of the way after you make your touch. After your play is done, it's rotating behind and doing it so you're not getting in our way, and more preferably, if you could bump a dude on your way back, like one of the blue team members, that's ideal, right? If you can bump a dude on your way back, that's huge. Because then that means that they don't have a guy in their net. We end up hitting right here, and that's what ends up happening when you don't rotate away from the ball. When you rotate ball side, this is what ends up happening a lot. Which isn't a big deal. I think I still go and make a play on the ball. Ooh. We just collided and all. But yeah, the ball's going upfield. Being here is not great. Especially whenever Alex is here. The ideal position is to be here in mid. Always. Because let's say if I did center this right in front of the net, coming from here is a lot longer of a distance than coming from here. Right? And also, I don't know. That's all I really want to say. Just try to be mid more. There we go. And you realize that. Look, you saw Alex is there. All right, I should back off. That's good. I think you should, instead of turning all the way around, just come here and then turn back towards net because we're on offense. Going back here for boost on defense or on offense isn't really ideal. That takes you completely out of the play. There's no, let's say if I centered this or if I touch this, it gets 50'd and then Alex centers the ball like right in front of net. There's no way you're getting to this from that boost to the ball before any of these guys up here do. I think this is what you do. So instead of this situation, go like I said, the 100 boost is nice and all, but you were here. You can easily grab 1, 2, 3, 4 boosts. That'll give you, what is that, 46? Right? Is that 46? Yeah. 50? I don't remember. My math is bad. 12, 24, 36, 48. Sorry, 48 boost. Right here in mid, that's plenty enough to make a play on this ball. Ends up going to the corner. That's a little unfortunate. Alex goes for it. You see me? I'm rotating way away from the ball, or I'm coming here to pick up this pad and kind of cut in. It looks like I end up going way out of the play just because I was a little afraid of a counterattack, which is fine. All right, so what Alex has done here, he saw me back. Let me see if he actually did this. Hold on. Let me go to player view. Let me see if he actually saw me. Because what you should do here is take your ball cam off. He did not take his ball cam off. So whenever you start rotating back, one of the big things you'll see me do, and I might pull up my replay on this. You'll see me take ball cam off and look behind me and see where my teammates are at. Because if he looked back right now, he would have seen me, pretty far back. And that's okay to turn there if he saw me all the way back. He just didn't look back. He did a correct play without knowing it. So he's taking the objective of second man here, backing you up off of your 50. And I'm assuming third man trying to head towards middle. 50 doesn't go well. Alex kind of follows the ball, which at that point it's over his head. In my opinion, he should start rotating out. I should fill in. Because there's not a lot you can do from underneath the ball. Most likely what's going to end up happening is he's just going to jump over and push it over him. And then I'm all by myself back here, when I could have made a better challenge later on in the play. You start rotating out. You're rotating mid. Okay, he makes a good 50. In a second, Murray, if you're I want to get through these couple of replays. You're hitting side boost, which isn't really a bad play because we have a chance to be here in offense. It's a fine play to go for. I just hit it there, kind of off target. Alex is sitting behind me. This is not ideal. So ideally, Alex would have rotated out by now. Instead, he follows me into the corner for some reason. Like, he obviously sees me here attacking the ball. He should be rotating out. Since we're both sitting here, I would not push up farther than where you're at now. To be honest, it's too dangerous for you to follow, even though you probably have a great shot on this, and you could probably make it. But let's say if we're up here and you go and you miss, right? Hi, Murray. Yeah, we're going through replays. If you miss, there's nothing we can do for a counterattack. They can just bang it towards our net and they score. It's much better to have you here than the possible goal. I'd rather save a goal than make a goal most of the time. And you push up a bit. You make a cool little wave dash. I actually rotate behind you. This works out. Hey, you miss. It's okay. But see what I'm having to do? I had to cut the field now. I don't like doing this where I have to come midfield and then make an awkward challenge because there's nobody behind me. If they were to bang this, I would have to make a really awkward save. So I know that Alex is heading back. I'm going to go ahead and try to cut the ball and make it so it's not as dangerous. And I miss, right? I kind of put it mid, but I made it awkward enough for him that Alex was able to get in position. Now that I missed the ball, I'm going to be rotating along this side wall here. You do adjust your rotation. You should be heading, where you should be heading is this post here and waiting for the play to develop. Which is fine. The ball was left open. That's not a bad play. And I can't complain about that. Alex's rotation was terrible there. Once again, don't go towards the ball. Like, as soon as he sees you hit it towards the corner, he should be cutting back in towards this back post as well. But he decides to follow the ball. I think he stole your boost. That's an all-around bad play. And I saw him not following it, so I decided to go and try to hit it. And I miss. Which ended up working out. It just made him make a bad touch, and you make a hell of a clear. At this point, I should be third man, and you should be first man, and Alex should be second, but I think Alex cuts you off here. Yeah, he does. Yeah, you can't help bad teammates. You just gotta back off a bit, which is what you did. And you made a hell of a... Yeah, you just made a hell of a clear. That's great. Alright, moving on. These plays end up working out just because we had some decent rotation. Just there was a couple of things I wanted to point out. And you won't get this stuff in a day. It's going to be a lot of practice and playing and getting game sense of where your teammates should be and where the opponents are most likely at when you can't see them. That was a great pass, just neither one of us were ready for it. Off of kickoff, what I normally do is I go for boost, right? Because I have 0. I could follow that, but, I mean, there's not a lot I can do with the ball, so I usually let second man go and hit this. And then I would normally let Alex be second man, but for some reason he just didn't go up after I rotated out. Like, he went to a weird spot. I don't like following up in this spot at all. Like, it's okay. Like, the only time this works out is if you got 50'd and the ball went back around this way. But to be honest, if you're sitting here and it got 50'd, you can very easily get to this ball before the opponents do. So, from this position. That's why I like sitting mid. You have more options to defend here in mid than you do right there. Like, if the ball got 50'd to this side, or, like, in this case, you pass to this side, there's nothing you can do from this side. You literally just have to rotate back at that point. So you make a pass, nobody was there. It's now technically my ball because he should be rotating out. But what ends up happening is you get kind of bloodthirsty for this one. And you stay with it, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's just look at our positioning. There is, let's divide the field into a quadrant. This is a quadrant. This is a quadrant of the field. That's a fourth of the field. And this is a fourth of the field. We have all 3 of our players in this one, and none of the other quadrants have a player in it. So if they hit it anywhere on the field, we got no way to defend it. Hi, this is it. This should be my ball to go for, and you two should be rotating behind it. Just because of how the play worked out. I have 100 boost right here. And if we're curious, you have, this is, Alex has 100 too. Okay, so that's not a bad play. You have 51. That's not necessarily bad. I was assuming you guys would be completely empty. Usually you guys are completely empty after that one. After setting up a play like that, you usually I'm guessing you grabbed this boost. No, you didn't. You grabbed side boost, he grabbed back boost. He somehow didn't use any boost to get upfield, which is a good thing. That's good boost management. But since he got knocked across the field, and I was already in position on this side, this should be mine, and you guys both cut across field, cutting off my rotation, so now I have to turn around and try to get back to defend. Which is what I do. And another pass goes without any support. This is where I was starting to get a little confused. But now I am second man. Alex misses his, so I'm first man. He's third man, you're second man. You should be backing me up, which is what you're kind of doing right here. This is not bad. This line right here is where you want to be. That's where you're heading, right? That's not a bad play. The reason you want to be on this line is because you can defend if let's say if this 50s and goes towards our net, you could easily drive forward and hit it rather than being like over here. You would have to turn around and hit the ball. It's much more awkward to save it from this post than it is from this post. So you're in a good position right here. I make a good 50. You're going right midfield. That's good, and you go for it. I hear you going for it. And why is Alex up there? Alex never rotated out. Looks like he started. I have no idea what he's doing. I just make a good touch. If I was in your position and moving up midfield, and I saw 2 guys in the corner, I would not be jumping. Even though that is probably, like, if Alex was rotating, right now, if you saw him driving towards, like, this boost over here, or something, then yeah, go for this ball. But right now, Alex is just sitting in the corner, and you see me going into the same corner. Same thing, if you go right now, even if you have a great shot, you leave us completely undefended. Let's say if they just bang it back, right? And you go forward, we have nobody back here. There's no way to save it. I would much rather sit here, and since there's 2 people in the corner, I would actually back up a bit to this one right here, right? That's my most preferred position. And as soon as he starts rotating, then you can start moving up. You got to pay attention to our stupid teammate here that he's just not moving. Yeah, it works out. You jumping, you miscalculated the bounce, which is normal. I do that all the time, right? I think you realize that right after, as soon as the bounce happened, I think you stopped boosting there too. Yeah, you stopped boosting as soon as it did a weird bounce. And it ends up working out. But we're all 3 upfield again, which doesn't need to happen. There's no need for it. But I'd rather see a ball saved than a ball scored most of the time. So. This is common on kickoff, by the way, for the 2 middle people to go to the side boost. My kickoff, like I told you, a lot of the time, like these games, I changed it up a bit to where I was shoving the ball down the field because honestly, I didn't trust you two. It has to come down to the fact that, you know, being able to do this part as quick as possible, getting to the boost and getting up the wall, you have to be there or the opponents are just going to score. These games, I've just been shoving it down the wall. But, what was I going with this? Oh, it's very common to see these two go for boost. So your kickoff might reflect later. If you can try to practice this, there's a few packs out there to help you practice this, where you try to go and hit the ball, but not necessarily win the kickoff to where it goes on their side, but have it roll on the ground up the wall this way. That's you don't necessarily have to work on that, but it would be a cool little skill for you to have, right? That'd be a... Yeah, you check up a bit. Yeah. That's fine too. Look, if you can do a good, I haven't really checked out your kickoff. I don't really care, right? But if you can do a kickoff to where you still have like 20 boosts left over afterwards and follow up the play, that's even better, right? Because most people don't expect a follow up play. You can see exactly what I'm talking about. What I do on my kickoff off of this position, I grab boost and I'm up this wall, right? I'm kind of expecting a different pass, and I still go for this. But he ends up getting to it before I do because it was on their side, which is fine. I don't know why Alex came all the way across the field. There's literally no reason for him to come all the way across the field. Oh, that was his kickoff? That was his kickoff. Lol. I'm not even paying attention. He's just going for boost and then ends up going up the wall for some reason. Okay. Yeah, that was weird. You're all by yourself here. If you don't make this touch, yeah, okay, that's good. You put it off to the side. That's good. But let's say if you miss this, I know this is like hard to control yourself doing. You don't have a lot of support right now, and if, let's say, in higher level play, this guy is on it. Like, he's already jumped up and ready for it. It's coming towards you, so you actually have a little bit of an advantage. Well, let's say if you miss, right? We're both over here for some reason. There's no way for you to know this, but this isn't your ball to go for. I would just, when you do go for these, just make sure that you are absolutely going to touch it away from the opponent. You did exactly that. You got it away from them and put it off the side to waste some time so that we could get around to it. That's a good play that you did. That's exactly what I do. I try to follow you up here. I was going towards net just in case, you know, anything bad happened. But, that was good. And then I should immediately turn. I don't immediately turn. I think I had ball cam off. And this is just a really weird rotation by Alex, which is fine. Once again, you're rotating ball side. As soon as you made this touch and landed, let's see. A little bit of an awkward land, and then you go for the boost immediately. Which is fine, but we have a lot of pads right here. I mean, there's all different kinds of routes you could take. The more prominent one, I think, would be taking this boost and then hitting these boost pads here, the back post, and then when you move forward, you'll have 3 more boost pads here. Yeah, definitely don't rotate with ball. You cause a lot of confusion when you do that. I think that's where I was at here, was I need to get away from you, but still go towards the ball, and we end up touching each other again. That's a big thing you need to work on, is rotating away from the ball. If I could say anything, just rotate away from the ball. That'll be huge. And here we're a bit confused again. I let you go, and then you missed. That's fine. Nobody really punished us on that one. But in higher level play, they do punish us for this. So understand, you should be rotating around here, and if you want to, you can come grab this boost, but I would say, you know, grab pads to here to back post, right? That's where you should be coming, is this back post. I'm already front post. And I'm going to make a turn inside of net, wait for his touch. He didn't make a touch, which is fine. That makes me next man, and you should be rotating back behind me to support me, just in case I miss. And that confused me there, so I kind of started going, kind of stopped, and then backed off. It works out here, but most of the time that won't work out. I'll make a decent little clear, kind of away from this guy. And this is my ball to go for since I cleared it. Alex is doing an okay job at backing me up. He's kind of not sure if I'm going to touch this ball or not. I'm not sure if I'm going to touch this ball or not. I'm pretty bad at touching these in the corner. And I think I do. I went too slow on this one. Yeah, I went too slow on that one. Oh, what are you doing here? Holy cow. Okay, I made it clear. You grab that boost. Alex is defending me. Yeah, so right now you're third man. You should not be past this white line at all. This is the same thing that I'm talking about, where I'd rather see you save a goal than make a goal, right? Yeah, you probably have a better shot here, but if you take your ball... Let's see if you have ball cam on what you see real quick. You see Alex. You see Alex upfield. He is backing me up. You should be heading to your right now. This is not the play right here. Having you two guys upfield, like, once again, if one, I know these guys don't have the skill to do it, but if they did, and they came up and hit this ball downfield, we have no way of defending this right now. Sadly, he missed two, and then he ended up bumping you because you kind of cut off his rotation. And let's see what ended up happening after this. So, okay. I don't make a touch. You guys end up bumping. Alex kind of backs up and just stays in his position because he doesn't know what to do, which is fine. But it would have been a better play, absolutely, because you were already on this side of the field. You're already on this side of the field. Even if you stop right here, that's a better play, right? If you just stop and sit right here. I know pros don't sit and stop, but that's because they understand rotation a lot better than even I do. The better play is if I had actually gotten a touch off on this ball and it came far side, then it would be your ball to go for right there, right? I still don't agree with it. I think you should be back, but I think that's a better play than coming up and being with Alex right here. Just you have to trust your teammates a little bit. I understand it's hard to trust him, especially, but if he misses, oh well, at least he tried. I would rather see him go up and miss the ball than him just sit there like he does. This is just all around awkward. Yeah, I would have been back already, and you confused him, and I didn't even know this was going on because I was flying through the air. I missed the bump as well, and then I just turned my ball cam off and go for boost, and when I get ball cam back on, the ball's right here. So I decided to follow it, but Alex is now rotating out with you because he's confused about the rotation, which is fine. You realize that you cut in. That's not a... I don't know if you actually realize that, but that's not a bad play. If you have two guys rotating right next to each other, one of you has to cut in and become second man, and you just went in and took that role. Now, if you guys turned at the same time and became second man, then it's a problem. If you have two guys that just stopped here in midfield, I don't like that. But turning and becoming second man isn't a bad thing. It's the safer option is just let him rotate that way and you rotate this way back, and then reset your rotation and kind of get the ground back underneath you. But this isn't a bad idea right here. Just become second man. I think I ended up getting a early little touch there. Ooh, you didn't wait for it. Okay, which is fine. Once again, if you had just stopped right here, I would much rather, once the play is there, I would much rather you be here at this boost pad, right? Just sit here and wait for the play to develop a little bit more, because the ball's going slow. I mean, let's look at the ball speed here. It's not going fast. Yeah, this is going to be 100%. You're going way faster than the ball is. Yeah, I would be at this boost pad right here. I would have stopped right here and let this play develop. A little bit more. Go forward a bit, yeah. It's here. Alex is rotating, you become second man, but you go way up. And I make a decent little pass, but you're just past the ball at that point. If you were sitting here, look how clean this shot is from here. You have two guys that are totally messed up in the play. I have the opportunity to come up and bump this guy too. You could have an open net right here. Look at that. You would have had a clear shot right here. So Alex is coming up on it. I don't agree with Alex. Since we're both upfield, I would say stay back. Even though he probably does have an easy shot, I would still say stay back. I don't like the idea of overcommitting. Does he make a good shot here? He kind of rolls it towards net, and it gets kind of awkward here. I remember this, yeah. And then I'm like, I could follow this, or I could just try to rotate, you know, towards the ball. Try to keep in our possession since it's all weird. Waste some time. That touch I don't agree with at all. What? So you're rotating away from ball, or you go straight towards the ball and touch it towards our side. I guess you're trying to set yourself up, which is fine. And alone, that looks fine, right? Let's see what happens past this play. So Alex turns and is ready to do this. I was very confused by this touch, so I just back all the way off. I'm like, he's going to do his own thing. He's going to do his own thing. I don't know why Alex isn't going here. He didn't realize that I was rotating. He should be checking for that. That's one of the things. If you don't know where your teammates are at, look. We got a right analog stick. If he can be confused right here just for a second, take a quick peek to the right and see where I'm at, and then realize he's second man and go. Or just take ball cam off for a second and turn your car, right? That's so huge that a lot of people don't realize. Just take your ball cam off, check where your teammates are, realize what position of rotation you are, because he has no idea where I'm at. He doesn't realize that he's supposed to be going. This is his ball to go for. But he doesn't, so I said, fuck it, I'll take second man. So I go up, hit the middle, and try to 50 it in. It doesn't work. You kind of stuck around a little bit. Let's see. I know what you tried to do. You tried to stop in front of the ball and knock it in. It's fine. It's just, you gotta realize that you have a teammate backing you up in this. This isn't ones, right? You have a teammate backing you up, ready to knock this in. Your first reaction should be to try to knock it in, unless the net is completely empty like it is right now. There was a guy in net, though. And my first reaction is, if I landed right in front of this guy, I would be side flipping right here. I would try to immediately side flip and knock him out. But you front flip. Which isn't big, but it didn't really matter in the long run. All that really mattered in this case is the fact that now we have two guys that have kind of wasted their flip, didn't do a whole lot with the ball, and one guy who's sitting here not doing anything. But once again, I'd rather him be here at this point with two guys way up than have him charging the net and having a third person in here. Now he realizes it's his ball. He needs to hit this because we're on waste some time so we can get back. And he misses it. So this is when I start panicking. I go, oh no, oh no. And I grab some pads, and I get ready to defend on front post. And you are coming directly to back post. This is what you should be doing. You should be coming to back post right here, backing me up. Let's see what you do. And as soon as I go, you go up the front post. I would actually stay back post. In my opinion, I would come here, hit back post, and then kind of stay here until the corners. The corner is always really awkward. And if you come front post, and let's say if one of these guys was smart and came up here and hit this ball straight towards the back post, there's no way you're saving it from the front post. But it's possible that if they hit it towards front post, for you to drive forward and hit it out of the front post. That's my only opinion there. I don't know why I just drive up the wall to get out the way in that situation because everything's happening so fast. I kind of show that I'm out of the play, and then I rotate wide. I'm not sure what Alex... This is when I said Alex is just bumping on his hood. I feel like he should be following you up here. He should be kind of creeping up towards mid. But he's not. So I think I just look at him. And I'm like, what are you doing? And I kind of just said, alright, well, he's not doing anything. I should go. And then he confused me again. And all different kinds of weird stuff. You get a pretty decent 50 going into the corner. Alex goes up, makes a good touch. And I miss the shot, but get a good 50 back into the corner. Nice little demo on your rotation back. Did you go and get this boost? What did you do? Yeah, you went and grabbed that boost. And I say if you steal the opponent's boost, make use of it to demo them back to your boost. Not a bad little demo. It just, I don't think he was super relevant. That's not a terrible play. I'm okay with that right there. Where you grab their boost, you start coming back, rotating wide, downed a guy, killed him, and went to this boost. I'm fine with it. It starves them, but you gotta realize we're also on offense. It's also starving us, right? So if I wanted to rotate right now, which if I am, I bumped him out of the way. That was my play. So if you look at my play, I missed my 50, and the first thing I do is I go and bump a dude, and my next reaction is to actually come back and make more disruption behind the ball. And then I realize you got it, and I'm still trying to bump people, it looks like. Well, I was kind of trolling right here. There's no way I'm second man here, but I kind of cut up field because I knew Alex was way back, because I saw him when I took ball cam off. So I flip, and then that's when I said, oh, I flipped, and I was just too far forward. Is what I was like, I don't know why I did it, but I was expecting you to kind of get another touch towards goal instead of away from goal, and I don't know why. Or I was expecting the bounce to go towards goal, and it just didn't. I make a really bad touch on the ball with him. Alex rotates that way. I go and grab boost. He rotated back wide, which is fine. We just have nobody challenging ball right now, which I find weird. I feel like Alex should have turned in, grabbed this boost, and challenged ball. You did fine going wide away from it. And I did fine here, and then my next idea is rotate wide. Yeah, I'm kind of going wide like that. Towards back post. There we go. I saw Alex, so I got some space. This is another thing, is I saw Alex kind of heading towards midfield. See his line right here? He's pointed this direction. So my first reaction when I saw that is I need to generate some space from Alex so that we're not just taking up too much of the midfield. If I drive away from Alex. That's small things like that. And then I'm kind of sideways expecting him to hit the ball and pass it. You're a little far forward. Yeah, once you grab this boost and Alex is on the ball, I would have turned, saw me trying to become second man, and then going to go back me up here in midfield. Right? So if you come back here to back me up, that would have been a much higher percentage play. You kind of just follow Alex. And I can understand why, because you don't trust him. And then nobody blocks his goal, which I think is hilarious. Alright. What am I doing? Alex still isn't going for this ball. I don't know why. It was on his side. So I just kind of cut in front of him and show him that I'm going. And then they forfeited. I don't know if I explained rotation extremely well. But I'm just kind of pointing out things that I would do differently. Yeah, let's go on to the next replay. And I can probably try to... I want to explain the 1-2-3 thing a little bit better. So in this case... because of the way it's 50, Alex is now the third man because he just had kickoff. You're becoming first man because the ball is heading towards you. I'm second man. I should be backing you up. You fake challenge, it looks like. I'm not sure why you didn't just go and bang that ball. You had a lot of momentum, just bang this over his head. God damn it, I did it again. So, wanted to do... Yeah, I feel like you had a lot of momentum to go towards this and just bang it over his head. Because this dude has 0 boost right now off a kickoff. Oh, you missed the boost. That's why. That's why you turned around, because you missed the boost. Okay. I mean, I still would have gone. You still have more boost than he does. I would have gone up and hit it. So, you made your play on it. I'm now second man, and Alex is third man. So I should be... I'm sorry, I'm first man. He's second man. You're third man. I should be going and challenging this now. and you should be rotating around wide. And usually when I'm in this situation, I'll grab this pad. Normally I'll head this direction, but with a good rotation is also... Whoa, hey. Another good rotation is grabbing this pad and going really wide, hitting that pad, and then coming around to back post like this, right? And then you have another 3 pads going this direction whenever you come to follow up the play as well. Don't underestimate... Oh, yeah? I appreciate it. I want to go into another game with you and see if that helps at all. First man, I hit the ball. I'm following it, so I'm still first man. If I was to hit the ball and be way off target, right? Let's say if I hit the ball that direction, and let's just say my car went this direction. I would become third man at that point because I'm farthest one away from the ball at that point. I have no momentum heading towards it, but I still have a good amount of momentum heading towards this. Still my ball. He's still second man, and he's not backing me up. If you move up here, because he's sitting in net, that's actually a good play. I would just grab pads on your way, because we don't have a second man right now. You guys are both third man back here for whatever reason. And you do. You move up to become second man. That's good. That's a good play. I make a little bit of an awkward pass. You bump it up, and third man comes in here and blows it up. Dude, this is perfect rotation. Everything about this is absolutely perfect. So I banged it upfield. Oh, I make an awkward pass. Hold on a second. Look how beautiful this is. I make a bit of an awkward pass, right? Because it bounces off the wall weird. You adjust for it and pop it above the crossbar, and Alex is there to punish them for not guarding the net. That is absolutely perfect rotation. What's up, Ice? That is what you want to do all the time. And see how I'm already rotating back? You should already be rotating back too. Like, once you got your touch on the ball, get the hell out of there. Grab that boost, come around, support it if this play didn't go well. But this was perfect, dude. This was everything we needed. You took the role of second man when he decided he didn't want to, and he backed you up. This is exactly what rotation is supposed to look like. And we did it right for the first time. That was beautiful. I loved every second of that. I used to play Forza back in the day, but I don't think I played that one. Is that the most recent one? Because I don't think I played that one. Yeah, I played it like 10 years ago. A little bit unfortunate here, but this was actually a decent little pass, and you end up landing like right next to it. The one thing to keep in mind here is after you make it, I wouldn't have flipped for this at all. I mean, you could have gone a little. You don't need a lot of power. You just need to keep it away from this dude who just came off kickoff with no boost. So just make a little touch and then put the brakes on, right? And then you got a guy coming full steam. Like, I'm full boost right here, ready to pound this thing. And I just give it a little pop, and I go and follow it, I believe. Right here, there's no reason for you to come upfield. We have 2 guys upfield right now. I would still say this is my ball. I have momentum going towards the ball. I can do it. I should be first man. He should be second in midfield. You should have been rotating while you were heading this direction originally. I would continue this. Grab a pad, grab a pad, grab a pad, grab a pad, be middle. I don't know. I mean, I haven't really been playing much today. We just did a couple games. I just wanted to... This BLB guy right here has some nutty mechanics. He has like champ level, maybe even grand champ level mechanics. His rotation is what's holding him back. I think he said he was gold or low plat in 3s, and this dude should easily be champ. So I want to actually work with this dude a lot and see if I can't get him at least to diamond, right? That'd be super hype. I'm sorry, Murray. Just a little bit longer. Yeah, I ended up following it. It works out. But I would have, same thing. We got 3 guys upfield for no reason. You know? I would have been back and trying to get boost and be ready for the next play. Let's say if I didn't make this goal, right? Alex didn't back me up very well either. Yeah, man, I'm serious, dude. You really do have some serious mechanics. Okay. Unfortunate kickoff. And then, so, one of the things that I wanted to say about this, what do you notice about this ball? Like, just straight up right now in this position. It went straight up in the air, and what do you notice about it? Yeah, I want to do the APM tourney for sure, absolutely. Like, that's a serious question. I do expect the answer on this one. What do you notice about the ball right now? I appreciate it, but don't forget it this time. I'll message you on Discord this time. I messaged you on Twitch. I'll message you on Discord. Well, no, that's not it. That's not the problem with this. Right now, it's on my. We have kind of two halves going on right here. We have the side that you're on and the side that I'm on. This ball is a lot closer to me on this side of the field than it is for here. It's a lot quicker for me to get to this, and you'll see it on how much quicker it is because we make an aerial at about the same time. See? We took off at the same time. And I got to the ball first. You gotta... And it's hard to learn this, especially when you're in lower ranks, because a lot of the times your teammates miss the ball, right? But a higher percentage play is letting them miss the ball and be in position for if they do miss the ball, right? So instead of jumping for this, let's see. You're right here. And I'm over there. That ball is heading towards my side. Instead of jumping for this and then trying to challenge me for the ball, and then possibly both of us missing if you trip me up, start rotating this way towards net, right? And come here to this post. That's the most safe play. Because if I do miss it, you can immediately follow this and challenge if they challenge. Much safer play. It's not always about aerials, right? It can be about ground plays too. I just happened to... I was like, I'm close to it, I'm going... And I end up getting to it first and making a really good clear. So that's just one thing. Like I said before, I had momentum with this ball. I'm still following it. I have a 100 boost in front of me. There's no reason you should be boosting towards the ball right now. If anything, I would have just front flipped and sat right here for a second until the play developed. And then if I hit it towards net, move up to this boost pad. Right? You get a little bit out of position. And the play moved on, and I made a goal. You were ready for a pass, which is good. Just, I would have rather seen you instead of that far wide. And it's little things, right? You were almost in position to grab these two boost pads. Just grab these two boost pads and give you 24 extra. That's 24 more boosts for you to get to the ball, right? So you could have boosted up to here, grabbed 24 boost, and been ready for whatever the hell I get off the wall, right? Even if I make a pass and the ball's right here. It's not hard to go from right here to right there and make a shot on the goal. So, I'm doing good, Murray. How you doing? Sorry, I'm just trying to clear a couple things up real quick. So, in this I just wanted to reinstate this as well. It's really not hard. So, let's say I didn't make this goal, right? I passed it off the wall. Right now I'm first man, you're second man, and he's third man. He's rotating behind you to support you, which is what he's supposed to be doing. I go and I hit the ball off the wall. You become first man at that point. You have a chance to score. I become third man, and I'm supposed to be rotating behind second man, who is Alex, who should be coming to back you up still. Which is fine. And Alex is still kind of back, but we haven't really made a play. He's coming up. He's not doing a bad rotation. This game actually had a lot of decent rotation in it. Is it really only 30 seconds in the game and we're 3 goals up? I feel so bad. I'm so sorry. I'm not a big fan of the cheat up kickoff in 3s. I like it in 2s, but in 3s, I don't really like the cheat up kickoff at all. And if you do cheat up to this boost pad only. Like, this is as far as you want to go right here. Because if this ball ends up like... Because a lot of times what will happen if you get people who do normal kickoffs, the ball will bounce straight up, hit the wall, and then come and then fall right here, and then they can make a follow-up play in the net, right? But if you're sitting right here, you can challenge that. That's your ball to go for. But when you come up to this boost pad, you're only hoping for the ball stalling or barely popping up. And that's a good play, but you could easily boost and challenge this as well as you would from right here, because you would actually have momentum from here rather than stopping right here. So I'm not a big fan of the cheat up as it is. I would much rather go to the corners because, like I said, I usually kick off differently to where it goes to the corners. But I definitely don't like the cheat up here. There's a little. You were almost in position. You were just a little far forward, I think. That's unfortunate. I do that a lot. I do that a lot. I can't even lie. So, in this case, you've become third man. You should be rotating out. He's first man and second man here. I should be backing him up, which I'm kind of rotating towards back post, seeing he's moving up, and then I'm kind of trying to support behind him. What in the world did you do? What were you expecting here? Were you going back around for boost? Dude, you already missed it. If you wanted this boost, you should have immediately turned to get it. But you don't. So what you should do here is take these pads and go back this way, right? Kind of towards my tail is facing right now. That's the direction you should be heading, waiting for the play to develop. And there's no reason for you to turn right here. Because now all you've done is, let's say he does 50 this and it goes into the corner. He's going to follow it into the corner. And now we have two people in the corner, and I'm going to have to sit all the way back here and not support the play at all. I have to be ready for, you know, the ball to come back across the field. So now we have two people in front of the ball. And me here, where I should be challenging this, and I probably do just because I'm a lot faster than these guys, but normally I don't challenge this. If I see two people in front of the ball and none of them are driving towards me, I don't want to risk this getting scored on at all. See, I kind of stop, and I don't know what to do because you got two people in front of it. So I think I go and just make a simple touch to waste some time to let you guys get back. And I'm coming down to rotate around him. He misses the ball, which is fine. That's fine for you to go for. Coming across the field is a little weird. But it's a little ambiguous there on who's first and who's second, who's third. Same thing right now. You were definitely first man, but because of that play, we have no idea who's second man right now. And he's defaulting to net. So I think I take up and go second man, yeah. But your little pass play had no effect because we were confused from that last touch. We had no idea who second man was. And I can't touch that. Alex can, which is nice. And I rotated around Alex. So now we're both rotating. It's another one of those ambiguous situations. You rotated first, so you should be second man. And I should be third man because I rotated last. But I end up cutting in front of you because I kind of saw you rotating in a weird direction. And I could get to the ball first. So I became first man. You're second. Where the hell is Alex? He's over here doing his weird wall thing again. That's fine. He's going to back us up from back here. I missed my 50. You're a little far up again. This play hasn't fully developed yet. Look, there's three guys in the corner right there. You're chilling, dude. Like, you could pretty much do whatever you want here. This is not the spot I would want to be in. It would be a lot more beneficial if you wanted to move up to like here, right? Because there's nobody who's going to stop your shot, and no matter where I put it on the net, you're going to be able to move up and score this. It's kind of about angles right here, right? So if you can be here instead, and the ball moves in front of that, and you hit it, there's no chance of it going over your head and you not being able to touch the ball at all, which is what happens here because you move a little far forward. I still say, because the play is still developing, be here, and then as we start moving forward, the ball starts moving towards the net, move forward here, right? And then be ready for the pass here. But we make an awkward 50-50, which if you were right here, this is easy. Easy to swing, grab this boost, and then make a challenge on the ball so I can rotate. But here, it's a very awkward angle. I mean, the only way you're really going to challenge this is if you try to go and pinch it on the wall and around to the net. It's very awkward, especially with three opponents on it. But they are triple committed. This is a very favorable situation for us. And you see... I think Alex was in proper positioning. This is where you should have been. And I think once he saw you moving towards the ball, I don't think he should have gone for it at all. But this is the correct way to do it. So you see his angle compared to your angle? Right? This is what you should be doing right now. Right? But instead, you're kind of like sitting underneath the ball. And then he wasn't able to challenge it because you had made an earlier challenge. And now what happened? We have now triple committed on this. I haven't fully rotated yet. He double committed with you. And we have nobody on this side of the field. Luckily, it's off target, and this guy can't really shoot towards net. He actually messed up his opponent, who probably would have gotten that. I think his teammate had that. His teammate absolutely shot that on target, and Flash messed it up. We got really lucky right there. Alright, moving on. They hit it towards the corner, that's good. I rotate a little wide from the ball and go to follow it up here. He made an earlier challenge. That was my ball to go for, I think, just because I was first back. And I ended up getting it anyway. You should be supporting me, right? So, let's see. You should be hitting this back post right here and chilling and waiting for me to go for it. I kind of let him make his one touch. I was going to save a close corner, but this is where you should be. You should be back corner just in case he does get it past me, right? This is where you should be, right here. Boom, boom, boom. In this case, you have a much easier save right here than you do right there. And I still think this is my ball to go for. I ended up getting a really decent clear towards net. And now we're back in the situation where I'm first man, you're second, and he's third. So I steal their boost and try to make a decent challenge in the corner, which I can't do. I bump him, and then it's your ball to challenge. We're playing like red light, green light, right? Like, oh, I shouldn't go, oh, I should go. Oh, I shouldn't go, oh, I should go. And that's the kind of game you have to play in your head, right? Like, okay, stop, 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 stop. Not time to challenge now. And that's when you go full balls to the wall challenging. This is my ball to go for, or is it my ball to go for? I've lost track. No, I'm rotating out. This is not my ball to go for. I just happened to backflip out. I've confused Alex by doing this. See, this is an idea of a bad rotation. I made an awkward fall, and then I knew I was right in front of the boost, so I backflipped to get boost. And I didn't know Alex was coming up because the dude's been sitting back a lot, so I just kind of chilled for a second. I had a good angle on the ball, but I heard my teammate right there, and I stopped, and I let him go, and I go to support him in the middle, because I see you rotating out, which this is a good offensive rotation, to be honest, that you did. So let's notify that, right? Ball got around you, you rotated away from the ball, and you see us both over here. You got as far away from us as possible, which is and staying in the play, right? This is a perfect rotation coming to this boost. I'm fine with you coming to this boost in this situation. Your angle is a little weird, but that's minor stuff. You don't have to worry about that. You should now be, hit that wall, fly around here to right behind me in this play right here. Not bad. I make the play, which is perfect. That wasn't a bad rotation by you. That's kind of what you want to be doing. Away from the ball, and be ready to back us up. I think I harped on this enough.